But of course, then the palace react because she's behaved appallingly by not telling the palace what she's going to do. And I think the most interesting story is the Reitman story. Reitman's is like a Marks and Spencer's in Canada. And I got the most...
7 years old. In a Newsweek article that looked at this very same question, it looked at what her sister, Samantha Markle, has said. Samantha has called out many of her lies. And about her age in her books, maybe she was trying to play older then, who knows? Sometimes you want to play older when you're younger. But yes, this was a mistake and it was not picked up before publication. And that has prompted many people to then run with this and say it's true. It's not true, guys. It's not true. All of the evidence...
They say age is just a number. But when it comes to Meghan Markle, that number might be the biggest royal mystery since the infamous Who Made Who Cry bridesmaid dress drama.
80-strong cast and crew who tell this story about a woman who is, after all, only paid $15,000 a day, peanuts for a star, to advertise these.
Oh, you thought Meghan Markle's biggest secret was leaving the palace? Think again. Tom Bower, the royal bloodhound who can smell scandal from a mile away, just stumbled upon something even the palace never dared whisper about.
$100 a pair of clothes. And she behaves appallingly. And they all loathe her at the end. And she walked...
Just when everyone thought Meghan Markle's secrets were safely buried under palace marble, Tom Bower, yes, that Tom Bower, started digging again. And what he found may be the royal scandal no one saw coming.
A theory that's been out there for a while. It's been floating around. Royal fans are convinced Meghan Markle is lying about her age. In fact, they think she's older.
Somewhere in the dusty archives of 17 magazine, a 1997 issue just blew the internet wide open. Hidden in a small feature was a familiar name, Meghan Markle, age 21. Nothing strange at first glance, until you realize that, officially, Meghan was supposed to be 15 that year.
Markle, did you buy into her thing that she had no idea what she's really getting into?
Oh, on the contrary, I think she's a very scheming, very clever woman. No, I think that surprisingly, at the end of the book, I realized...
Now either 17 had a psychic working on their editorial team, or someone's math isn't mathing. A 6-year gap. That's not a typo, that's a mystery begging for popcorn.
She'd been. Here was a woman who was nothing. I mean, born, broken family, the whole thing, an unknown actress, all the rest of it, becomes a global star, which is what she wanted.
Naturally, royal fans went into meltdown mode. TikTok detectives, Reddit theorists, and even a few confused royalists began connecting dots that never seemed to line up. Was she lying about her age? Was it part of her Hollywood reinvention? Is Meghan secretly older than we think?
She lies a lot about her stuff. We've caught her in so many lies. Her own sister has come forward, her family, everybody is exposing the lies that she's been telling. And it would only make sense that she might lie about this. Would it be such a big deal? Is it true? Well,
Tom Bower didn't shrug this off as a simple error. He called it a revelation that changes everything. Because if a single magazine line from the 90s can throw her entire timeline into chaos, what else has been quietly edited in the Duchess's royal fairy tale?
I want to be famous, I want to walk down the red carpet. And she has now done that. And she's calculated that she could be a great success.
And judging by Meghan's silence, let's just say the Duchess of Sussex might be wishing that old 17 issue had stayed buried forever.
Even a year ago.
Sure. And this book may hasten the downward trend. Of which I wouldn't be sad at all, because they pose a real threat to the royal family.
Let's rewind to 1997. The Spice Girls were blasting from every radio. Dial-up internet was testing everyone's patience. And teenage girls across America were flipping through 17 magazine, the holy grail of youth, beauty tips, and daydreams.
Magic of the monarchy. They're calling the royals a bunch of callous, racists and so on, without producing any hard evidence to support any of these claims.
On the contrary.
And it's incredibly damaging.
Actually telling untruths.
Yeah.
But tucked somewhere between hair hacks and celebrity crushes was a name no one thought twice about back then, Meghan Markle. Except the tiny detail under her name stopped hearts 25 years later, age 21.
Steph, the alternate, has compiled a slideshow. Let's actually get...
Hold up. 21 in 1997. If her birth year is 1981, like her royal biography insists, she would have been 15, not 21. So where did those extra 6 years come from? Did she time travel? Or was someone already busy rewriting her Hollywood story before it even began? Tom Bauer says this wasn't just a typo. He believes it was the first crack in a carefully polished image. This isn't an innocent mistake, he hinted. It's part of a pattern.
That's really why I wrote the book, because I just thought this woman is really doing something quite dreadful to Britain, and Harry has fallen in love with her in a ludicrous way.
And honestly, it tracks. The magazine may have been forgotten, but archives don't lie. They sit quietly for decades, until someone finally notices.
Of Princess Pushy's sister, she confirms the year of Meghan's birth is 1981.
When royal watchers caught wind of it, social media turned into a forensic lab. Old photos, school records, and interviews suddenly looked suspicious. Fans couldn't decide if Meghan aged backward like Benjamin Button or forward like a time traveler with a PR team.
What about Thomas Markle?
Either way, that one line in 17 magazine has become the royal world's newest obsession, and Meghan Markle's worst nightmare. And now things get even messier, because Meghan's own father, Thomas Markle, is quietly raising his eyebrows too.
The wedding, for reasons we all know, but what's your sense about him?
Well, I went down to Mexico and spent 2 days with him, and of course you can't have anything other than sympathy for a man who was...
Thomas isn't just any dad. He's the man who drove her to school, watched her perform in her first plays, and saw her push through early auditions. If anyone knows Meghan's real timeline, it's him. But according to Tom Bauer's findings, even Thomas has admitted that a few things don't quite line up.
Is how that descent into acrimony happened, which I don't think has been told before.
I mean, the genesis is these paparazzi pictures which he
No, the genesis is long before.
See, Thomas remembers his daughter's teenage years vividly, the acting classes, the graduation years, the small TV gigs. Yet when he compares those memories to the public timeline Meghan's team has crafted, it's like two different lives playing on two different screens.
He's already breaking off from him.
Oh, you mean between
him and...
I meant actually probably between Harry and Meghan as a soon-to-be married couple. It seemed to me it all blew up.
He's hinted before that certain milestones never matched. The ages she claimed during early auditions, the years she said she graduated, even when she booked her first roles. The numbers always seemed adjusted.
The paparazzi?
No, why did Harry never go to meet Thomas?
Why is that?
Well, I think because Meghan didn't want him to meet a fat old man. I mean, Meghan was very worried. That's why she brought her mother across.
And it's not anger. It's that quiet kind of disbelief only a parent feels when the math doesn't add up. Thomas isn't calling her out to be cruel. He sounds more puzzled than anything, like he's watching a film where the main character's birth date keeps changing between scenes.
I mean, the mother really was a very odd woman, disappeared for 10 years effectively during her childhood. That's why Thomas had to bring her up. And in the end, what Thomas says...
If even her father's memories clash with the public record, then what exactly is real? And one thing's for sure, if anyone could expose the truth about Meghan's timeline, it's the man who watched her grow up. Or at least thought he did.
Engineered the split between himself and Meghan because she wanted the fame and the glory.
Extraordinary situation where you have Meghan completely split from all her family on both sides apart.
Tom Bauer isn't your average royal reporter. He's the guy who shows up to a garden party with a magnifying glass instead of a teacup. When others whisper, he investigates. And when he caught wind of that suspicious 17 magazine issue, he knew he'd struck gossip gold.
Place in California, this big house, and pretending or behaving like a renegade royal family.
Well, there's that. I mean, they're the royals of Montecito. But what is interesting is that right at the beginning, Samantha...
Bauer started digging like a man on a mission. He pulled archives, double-checked interviews, and cross-referenced Meghan's official biography with her early Hollywood mentions. The deeper he went, the stranger it got. And there it was in black and white: Meghan Markle, age 21, in 1997. According to her official birth year, she should have been 15. That's not a rounding error, that's an entire chapter of life gone missing. Bauer reportedly called it one of the strangest inconsistencies he'd ever encountered. And that's coming from a man who's survived royal feuds, cover-ups, and everything in between.
The court documents from Samantha, she confirms there is a 17-year difference in age, which would make Meghan's year of birth being 1981. So
he didn't stop there. He began lining up childhood photos, school records, and even quotes from Thomas Markle. Every trail led to the same strange conclusion: the timelines didn't just blur, they clashed.
Confirming her year, family who's not very good with her right now, and I'm sure would have no problem admitting the truth. They also confirm, Samantha's confirmed it now in legal documents and her book.
It's almost as if someone quietly went back and edited her history to make her Hollywood rise look fresher, younger, and more relatable. And knowing Tom Bauer, he won't let this go until every dusty record and forgotten interview is dragged into the daylight. If Meghan thought her past was safe behind royal walls, Bauer just reminded her that the truth doesn't need a crown to shine.
Official records that are not on Google. In about 1996, the state of California published California Birth Index, and per the website at the californiabirthindex.org, the California Birth Index, or CABI, is a database that stores records of...
All right, let's lay this out like a royal crime scene, because the math here deserves its own investigation board. Timeline 1, Meghan Markle, born August 4, 1981, Los Angeles. That's the official version plastered across royal websites and celebrity bias. By that math, she's 44 in 2025. All tidy, polished, and very Duchess of authenticity. Timeline 2, 17 Magazine, March 1997, Meghan Markle, age 21. If that number is accurate, she would have been born around 1975 or 1976, putting her closer to 49 or 50 today. Ouch! That's not a typo, that's a whole decade of Botox and wishful thinking.
Putting her full official name of Rachel Meghan Markle, you can see that the official records show she was born in 1981. There it is, August 4th, 1981. Finally, at the document that everyone...
The difference: 6 years. But in Hollywood and royal circles, 6 years can be the difference between fresh new face and aging starlet. It changes the whole narrative. Suddenly, the young woman who supposedly broke into acting in her 20s starts to look like someone who had already been in the game, just under a different label.
Here's a tweet from Jane Whittle, and it caused a stir because it showed the biography of Megxie where she described herself as Caucasian rather than biracial. Everyone took this document as being real.
Fans who once believed the sweet California girl meets Prince story are now side-eyeing everything. Did the palace know? Did Prince Harry know? Or was everyone reading from a script that forgot to update the timeline?
The information that is on here, including the date of her birth, which shows August 4th, 1981. So, you have Google, Samantha Markle's book, and the court documents from Samantha Markle, birth index.
Once you place those two timelines side by side, it doesn't look like a mistake anymore. It looks like a makeover, not the kind you get at Sephora, but the kind you give your entire life story.
Occasion, all of these things are saying she was born in 1981. So why would this old 1997 publication of 17?
Some people might say, who cares about a few years? But in Hollywood, that's the kind of math that decides who gets the role and who gets ignored.
Megxie is not lying about her age. I know she lies a lot about stuff, but no, she was born in 1981. She is 42 years old today.
In Tinseltown, youth isn't just a number, it's currency. Casting agents have an unspoken rule: the younger, the fresher, the more marketable. So if Meghan was truly 6 years older than she claimed, it changes everything about her so-called late bloomer fairy tale.
Lying about her age is debunked. It's not true, people. It's not true. And everyone says we're hard on Meghan. Look, yeah, sometimes we are hard on Meghan, but
the official story paints her as a young, up-and-coming actress who landed suits in her late 20s after years of hard work. But if Tom Bower's math checks out, then she wasn't a fresh new face breaking into Hollywood. She was a seasoned woman reshaping herself to fit an industry obsessed with youth.
so much. So I can understand why people would jump on this, but this is a problem within this community. There are a lot of theories that people get really into and obsessed over, and we got to do our due diligence and make sure we...
And honestly, it's not even shocking. It's strategy. Hollywood practically forces women to play this game. But Meghan didn't just play it. She might have rewritten the rulebook.
This is crazy. And if anybody is still out there after, send them this video to confirm it. She's not older, guys. It's not, we got too many things here. Why would Samantha Markle...
And that's why this little age mix-up hits differently. It pokes holes in her carefully curated brand, the one built on honesty, empowerment, and being real. Because when you've built an empire on authenticity, getting caught with a 6-year mystery hanging over your birth date isn't exactly a royal look.
We are going to have a birthday bash over on Popcorn Palace. I hope you come join us. And I'm going to force some of my special guests to be nice, Meghan. I am. We're going to compliment you.
Tom Bower didn't just question a number, he questioned Meghan Markle's entire Hollywood origin story. And the moment he did, that relatable underdog image she loved to sell suddenly started to look like a well-rehearsed performance.
But guys, look, I understand why so many people are upset with her. She has spread so many malicious lies, her own family, and Samantha Markle, to me, is the one that if she really confirmed it.
When Tom Bower starts digging, you know someone's PR team isn't sleeping that night. The man doesn't just write, he dissects. And once he caught wind of that suspicious 1997 17 magazine listing Meghan as 21, he pulled the thread like it was the royal curtain itself.
On countless videos here, it's why so many people are so upset with her and why we're still reporting and why so many people are still interested. And it's why we never know what's really going on.
He went back through old interviews, high school records, and archived photos, muttering the whole time, something's not adding up. And honestly, he wasn't wrong. The dates looked like a Sudoku puzzle written during a blackout. For instance, Meghan once claimed she graduated from Northwestern in 2003 at age 22. Cute, except if that magazine listing is real, she would have been around 27. That means she didn't just graduate late. She might have rewritten her own timeline entirely.
While they're having all these, breakup rumors and everything else, yes, they show up in a video. If you missed this video, by the way, we posted it over on Popcorn Palace too. You gotta watch Meghan and Harry. Why?
And Bower didn't stop there. He started lining up her modeling gigs, early TV cameos, and even her charity work. Every date kept bumping up against the supposed 1981 birth year like bumper cars at a fair. Now, this isn't some harmless calendar confusion. It paints Meghan as someone who could rewrite the past like she's editing a script. And let's be real, if anyone in Hollywood could pull off a rebrand that's slick, it's her.
But man, the more and more I look at and research this stuff, I'm not obsessed with these two. I'm looking at them with a very clear eye. And some of you get frustrated with me when I'm...
But Tom Bower calling it out publicly. That's like tossing gasoline on a fire she thought had gone out years ago. Suddenly, Meghan isn't the victim of bad press. She's the mystery woman whose age might be the biggest royal secret since Princess Diana's tapes.